everyone, this is Troy Harper here, Dropping the Ash Podcast. This is episode 26. Welcome today. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate all of you that have been following me for a while now. All you new followers as well, thank you for all your support. Thank you for being here. Today I'm out at the Four Winds Golf Course again for this podcast. I was out here on the last podcast. And today it's a little more breezier than the last time, but we'll make it work today. But just a beautiful day overall, about 93 degrees here, just a little breezy. Feels pretty good actually. It's just been harder to get my cigar lit with the breeze that's going on. But we'll make it work today, like I said. So anyway guys, thank you for joining me today. Please grab a smoke of your choice, something that you really enjoy, grab a drink that you enjoy, and hang out a little bit with me here today. I'm gonna try to not keep you too long, but definitely want to get in touch with you guys again and hang out a little bit with you. I miss being with you guys when I don't get to, so I'm glad I could do this today. I didn't think this was going to happen this week. It's been 2 weeks since the last one, which I usually try to get up a podcast every week, but it just hasn't happened with things going on at work, and I was out of town for a couple days here recently, so just a lot going on. So anyway guys, thanks for being patient with me. Glad I could be here to be with you guys a little bit again and to smoke a great cigar with you guys today. And again, I'm out at the Four Winds Golf Course going east, south out of Kimball, Nebraska. Just a few minutes out of Kimball, Nebraska where I live. And this golf course out here is just really pretty golf course. As you can see behind me, it's just a beautiful area. So I'm glad I could be here with you guys at this moment here in this area to do this podcast. So doesn't seem like anyone has a problem with me doing it here. No one's been bothering me when I do it here. So I'm really enjoying this. So I'm glad I could be here. I've already cut and lit my cigar. I've already toasted it up. But today I am smoking, and I lost the footband. The wind caught my footband, but you'll see that in the thumbnail on my podcast. Before you click on the podcast, you'll see on the thumbnail the footband on this cigar. But here's a close-up of what I'm smoking today. Beautiful, beautiful cigar. And I'll explain why I've got this cigar with me today. But this is the Sereno Royale 20th Anniversary Maduro Robusto 5.12 by 48. The wrapper is Ecuadorian Havana 2000. Oscuro, binders Jalapa, Criollo 98, fillers Nicaragua, country of origins Nicaragua. Smoke time on this is around 45 to 60 minutes depending on how often you puff on it. And this is blended by Anthony Sereno. A single stick will cost you around $10.08. A 5-pack will cost you around $47.80. And a box of 20 will cost you around $179.20. Taste notes on this is leather, black cherry, cocoa, some cedar, just a little bit of spice. Even though this is considered a full strength cigar, it really feels like more of a medium strength cigar to me. And I really believe if you're a beginner to cigars and the lighter cigars just aren't doing it for you, I believe this cigar would be okay for you to smoke, as long as you have maybe a little bit of something to eat beforehand. So great cigar, and I'll get into why I've chosen this cigar for this podcast. I gotta give this just a little bit of a relight here. The wind has not been kind to me today when it comes to keeping my cigar lit. Trying to find an area where the wind's not going to hit this. These lighters are supposed to be windproof, but they never seem to be very windproof out here when you're outside. Even though these, and this is a great torch lighter, believe me. It's a Visol lighter, very good lighter, it really is. It's got a great triple torch flame on it. pretty powerful little lighter for what I paid. I paid around $20 for this, and I love the blue. Definitely one of my favorite colors is blue. Probably my favorite color actually is blue. But anyway, I purchased this at my grocery store at Main Street Market here quite a while back, and it's just been a very dependable lighter. And today I did use my guillotine cutter on my cigar. But anyway, this has been a great lighter. But just most torch lighters, no matter how big they are, even tabletop lighters, I've tried to use them outside when it's breezy, and they still have a hard time. The wind went down for a moment, so I thought I'd better take advantage of it. But anyway, guys, if you have never smoked a Sereno, which I got this on Cigars Daily, these are such good cigars. They're just beautiful. The band is beautiful. The foot band, I wish I had it on there, but you'll see it on the thumbnail. But just a beautiful blue and gold cigar band, and the color of the wrapper is just very rustic looking. Also, it almost reminds me of a Colorado Shade wrapper. Just a beautiful cigar all the way around. And I usually smoke the Toro, the 6x50 Toros in this, but Cigars Daily is out of those, so I've had to go to the Robustos, but still a pretty dang good cigar. And doesn't take quite as long to smoke if I'm in a hurry. So, but anyway, just I can't go over how beautiful it is out here today. I'm just in awe how beautiful this golf course is. Grant, I know you've wanted to golf with me out here, so we gotta get that done here pretty soon. My brother Grant's been wanting to come here and golf with me, so we gotta find a way to get that done sometime before it's too late. The summer will be over before we know it, so I guess, Grant, if it don't happen this year, hopefully next year we can do it. Maybe we can do it in the fall even here. So let's try to make that happen. But if you guys are passing through Kimball, Nebraska, definitely come out here and check out this golf course if you're into golfing. And if you're in the Kimball, Nebraska area, come to my grocery store, Main Street Market here in Kimball. I'll give you a great deal on cigars. I carry over around 50 different brands of cigars, all premiums, of course. I do got Toscanos as well. I do got some C-store cigars. And I got some Swisher Sweets, but I mainly promote my premium cigars to my cigar smokers that come in. All my customers that like cigars, I really try to point them to the good stuff. So, but anyway, we got a lot of great deals at our store. So if you're in Main Street, if you're in Kimball, Nebraska, passing through, come see me at Main Street Market. I'll give you a hell of a deal on cigars and give you a great deal on spirits or any kind of groceries you need as well. So anyway, come check us out. And if you guys haven't subscribed to this channel yet, Harper Cigar Lounge channel on YouTube, please do so. Subscribe by smashing the subscribe button. Smash that like button. Leave me your comments and feedback. Any questions you have for me as well. Share this content to everybody you know. And whether they like cigars or not, pass this information on to them also, and try to get them to join up. Maybe it'll change their life, I don't know. But a lot of people that don't smoke ever and turn to cigars for a lot of great reasons, which is what I'll get into today. So what I wanted to discuss today is, and I know I've gone over some similar subjects on this before, is why I'm into cigars, why I love the cigar community, why I love the ritual of cigars. And I'll tell you, cigar smoking started happening to me a few years ago with premium cigars. You guys know my story, I'm sure. If not, you'll have to check out some of my past podcasts to catch the story of how I got into cigars. But the last podcast I did out here, the last podcast, which is episode 25, I discussed how I got into cigars. So if you want to hear my story, go to the previous Dropping the Ash podcast that happened out here at this golf course as well. And I was wearing the Rob Zombie Alice Cooper shirt during that podcast as well. And I'll explain this shirt here in a moment too. But if you want to know my history of how I got into cigars, watch episode 25 of Dropping the Ash podcast, which was up a couple weeks ago. and I'll tell you why how I got into cigars. But I'll tell you, people I know that smoke cigarettes, I've tried to talk them into switching over to cigars, even if it's cigarellos, because I know cigarettes are kind of a quick fix. And I've let them know about cigarellos that are, I'm not going to say healthier for you, but much better on your health, I'll definitely say. But not healthier, but much better on your health, because you're not inhaling cigar smoke like you do with cigarettes. It's just better for your lungs, and you're still going to get nicotine in your system, of course, but it's just better for your lungs. You're not inhaling the smoke from cigars. You just let it go into your mouth, and you get a taste of the smoke, and then you release it. Cigars really aren't for to get a high off of or anything like that. It's more for social reasons, to celebrate, it's a great way to start off when you meet somebody that you're in a cigar lounge, and it's a great way to start communicating with other people. If they've got a cigar and you've got a cigar and you start talking, you become equals automatically. So it's just a great thing for social situations. If you're at an outside party somewhere and you break open a cigar, a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, but you'll find some people that will come over and start talking to you about what you're smoking and why you're into cigars, maybe even. But I want to get into, more than anything, what cigars do for me, and why I love them so much. I've never been a cigarette smoker. I've never chewed. I've never smoked pipes, which I've thought about it, but I don't think that'll probably happen. I just really love my cigars. Pipes are a little more work. It's just great to be able to break out a cigar, whether it's a sweet one or more of a bold one. Give it a cut, give it a light, and start puffing away. No having to clean anything or do any extra work to smoke it. So that's one thing I like about cigars. They're just a lot easier to deal with, a lot quicker to get prepared. And after you're done smoking, there's no having to clean up anything, except for maybe just dumping the ashes out of your ashtray or something like that. But other than that, there's no extra work into it. You just cut, you toast it up, which I love the ritual of cutting and then taking my time to toast it the right way so I get a better experience out of my cigars. So I don't rush my experience when it comes to cutting and toasting and lighting. And I really try not to rush smoking my cigars either. If I know how much time I've got, it's going to depend on what kind of cigar I choose. If I've only got an hour, I might choose a Petite Corona. If I've got an hour and a half, I might choose a Robusto like this. If I have only like 15-20 minutes, I'll smoke a cigarello, which are like a 4x32. Robustos around 4x48 or 5x50. If I have a couple hours, I'll choose to smoke a Toro, which is around a 6x50 size cigar. If I want to even take even longer, maybe 2.5 hours, 3 hours, I might smoke a 6x60 Gordo. And if I've got the whole day, I'll smoke a 7x70 cigar, maybe even, or even a 9x90, so which has only happened once in my life. And that was the Asylum April Fool's Day cigar. It was, about that big around 9x90. It took me a good 7 hours to get through most of that. And at the end of the 7 hours, I still had a good chunk of it to smoke, but I couldn't do it anymore. I gave up after 7 hours of getting it completely smoked. But it was a great cigar. So if you guys have never had an Asylum 9x90 April Fool cigar and it's on your bucket list to smoke it, definitely get one and smoke it. They're a little pricier, of course, but they do taste great. They really do. So, and then I brought with me my little travel ashtray there to put my ashes in, so I'm not having to ash onto the ground. The breezes came back up, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay and everything. But I can tell right now I'm gonna have a hard time keeping my cigar lit today. Sorry guys, trying to get this lit. Well, hopefully I can keep this going somewhat for you guys. But anyway, so one thing I love about cigars too, again, is it's just a great conversation starter. If you're at an outside party or a gathering and you break out a cigar, you'll usually have a couple people, or I'm guessing, that will, maybe a few more or two, they'll come up and ask you about your cigar and what you smoke. And you might find out that they might be into cigars too. And if you got an extra one, maybe you can give them one, you guys can smoke one together and get to know each other. So that's one thing that's great about cigars. It's just a great way to attract people to you. If you're into people like I am, I love people, I love talking to people, love getting to know people from all over the world. And that's why I love doing these podcasts. I've built so many relationships through this podcast. Well, through all my podcasts on Harper Cigar Lounge, actually. As well as my Facebook group page. I've got 1,700 plus members on that, on my group page on Facebook. So I've met all kinds of people around the world and have built some great relationships through those, you know, or through that group, I should say. Through all my podcasts, I've met new people, and people have decided to come on. I'm sorry, guys, I'm getting tongue-tied. People that want to come on board with this podcast and or this YouTube channel and join. I've just met so many great people through that as well, through all my different podcasts, through the comments, through them joining and leaving me feedback and comments, and me communicating back with them and them continuing to keep in touch with me. So cigars have really shown me a whole new world of what community is really like and what it can really be. When you get a community of cigar smokers together, everyone treats each other like equals. It doesn't matter what background you come from, what kind of work you do. It doesn't matter what religion you are, or anything like that, or what your political views are, which I try to keep any religion or political conversation out of anything I do when it comes to cigars when I'm around people. It can just really start some negative moju. It can just start some really negative vibes. So I really try to keep any kind of religion or politic based conversations away from what I'm doing. Maybe once you get to know someone later, that's something that can come up. But in the beginning of when I meet people and I'm new to meeting people, I definitely keep those topics out of my conversation. But it's just great when you get together with a bunch of people at a cigar lounge, or maybe it's on your porch or on your patio, and you guys are all smoking cigars. There's just something very special about smoking a cigar with your friends and your family, and everyone, you know, enjoying a smoke together. It just really brings the good out of everybody. It just brings out so many positive vibes, and just keeps things keeps everyone intact with each other in a very positive way. And you get on the same level with everybody, and vice versa, they get on the same level with you. And it's just a great way to strengthen relationships and build relationships. And you know, just a lot of great people out there that own cigar companies or cigar lounges that do a lot of great things for others. There's a lot of benefits out there where the proceeds from cigars go out there to help military or people that need. And there's organizations that send cigars overseas to our military people because they can't get them where they're at because of where they're, you know, based at. So there's foundations where cigars are sent to military overseas. So if you're into cigars and you support your military or you support the military, check into seeing what all is out there to where you can send cigars to the military. So there's a lot of great foundations out there for that. Maybe you don't have any money, a lot of money to give, but maybe you got some cigars, you got too many cigars, you've got too much of a collection, maybe you can spare some of those. So maybe that would be a way you can give. So just a lot of great things that go on in the cigar community. Just a very positive community. I love it. I haven't had any negative experiences yet, even though I've seen on YouTube where other people have had some negative experiences with each other, and I'm guessing it's because they must have brought up some conversation that wasn't very positive. So if you're going to a cigar lounge or you're meeting up with some guys to smoke cigars, try to really keep your conversation positive, so it's not offending anybody or upsetting anybody. So, but I want to tell you the construction on this cigar is great. All of them, I've smoked many of these over time, and the construction is always great, the ash is always great. The tastes are just always wonderful. I'm getting definitely some of that black cherry or kind of a sweet cherry, getting some cocoa, getting some cedar leather, just a slight hint of spice, but just a really good cigar, tasting great. So I'm glad it's staying lit for me through all this breezy wind that I've had around me here. But as beautiful it is here, I'm learning to overlook the breeze and enjoy just enjoy this time with you guys. So anyway, I really am enjoying this time with you guys too. And again, I couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your support to me. If you guys are new to cigar smoking, definitely don't limit yourself to just certain cigars. Try all kinds of different cigars out there. There's so many great cigars out there, just thousands of great cigars out there. Get some 5-packs, maybe get some sample packs like on Cigars Daily or other sites out there. Or if you're at a cigar shop, just buy a few different cigars. Buy some Connecticut Shades, buy some Sun-Growns, buy some Maduros. See what works for you, see what really hits you with what you like for taste notes. This is definitely my go-to cigar. So that was one of the things I wanted to ask you guys. If you're into cigars and you've been into cigars for a little while, or if you're new and you've found some cigars you really enjoy, if you're a new smoker, or if you've been a smoker for a long time, what is your go-to cigar? But this is definitely one of my go-to cigars. It's definitely the Sereno. I make sure I always have one with me when I travel or if I'm going somewhere. If I'm taking some cigars with me, I always make sure that this Sereno is definitely one of them. That's in my cigar case. And this is my cigar caddy right here. It's got my Cigars Daily sticker on. I got a few autographs from different cigar reps I've met over time at cigar lounges that I built some relationships with. And I've even got another cigar travel holder that holds like 3 cigars. It fits in your pocket or in your coat jacket or your coat pocket. I can put a little Boveda pack in there. So if you guys are traveling or if you're going to a get-together or to a cigar lounge, make sure you have something that you can put your cigars in. And just always make sure you have your supplies you need. I always carry an extra can of butane. I carry a couple different lighters. I carry these little 4 gram 69% Boveda packs, or maybe 72% in my humidor. I carry an extra lighter. I carry, several different cutters. I've even got a cutter in here that can cut up to, 7x70 or 8x80 or 9x90 cigars. So I always make sure I go prepared, which probably goes back to me being in Boy Scouts when I was a kid. So yeah, in Boy Scouts you're always taught to be prepared, and I think I've always kept that with me, because everywhere I go I always try to make sure I'm prepared, so I don't run into a situation. So that way, if I do, I've got things to prepare for that, no matter what the situation is in life, not just with cigars, but with anything that I do. If I travel, I carry blankets in my car, maybe a pillow in case my car breaks down and I have to sleep on the side of the road. Might carry some extra water. Just, you know, whatever my situation is in life, I'm always trying to be prepared. And when it comes to cigars, I just really like to be prepared for the worst. And my one lighter, the wind wanted to take my microphone. Oh gosh, guys. The wind almost took it. Oh gosh, guys, I'm sorry about that. Oh geez. You guys almost blew away in the wind. So anyway, I'm glad I could catch my tripod before it went over completely. So gosh, guys, I apologize. Funny moment that you guys will get a laugh at probably when you watch this. So, and hopefully you guys will watch this over and over, watching that certain spot in this podcast. Hopefully that don't happen again, though. My gosh, was not expecting that to happen. So anyway, but I want to know what your guys' go-to cigar is, and what situations you like to smoke cigars in. Now I'm worried that my tripod's gonna blow over again, so I'm all paranoid now. But anyway, what do you guys like? What kind of social situations do you like to be in when you have a cigar? Do you like to be maybe out on the beach, or do you like to be out at the lake with your friends and family? Do you like to be golf? Do you like to go out and golf? Do you like to sit out on your balcony or your porch with your friends and have a great cigar? Do you just like to be by yourself a lot of the time and smoke a great cigar on your own? I know for these, I definitely like to keep these to myself, which I'm sharing this with you guys, but when I've got my friends and family over, I do not let people know I've got this. I kind of hoard these to myself, to be honest with you, just because of how great of a cigar it is. But I'm sure in the right moment here soon, I'm sure one of these times I'll end up giving one to a friend of mine or a family member to try. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I won't be a hoarder forever. So, but anyway, still doing great. The ash is doing good. The construction's staying good. It's not cracking or falling apart. It's doing very well. And yeah, I wanted to show you guys my shirt. I just went to, well, the last podcast I had the Alice Cooper Rob Zombie shirt on from the Freaks on Parade from 2023. I think my camera is there. Can you guys see that better now? But anyway, so this is from the 2024 tour, the Freaks on Parade tour with Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie, as well as Ministry and Filter. I just went and saw this show last Saturday over in Lincoln, Nebraska at the Pinnacle Bank Arena, and it was a killer show. I tell you what, Filter was great, Ministry was awesome, Alice Cooper and his band was just terrific. Nina Strauss, his guitar, she just shredded all night, was just kick-ass. The whole band was just kick-ass though. And Rob Zombie, him and his band, oh my god, it was just visually exciting. And the music was exciting, which I've been a Rob Zombie fan and Alice Cooper fan for a long time. Have always kind of listened to a little bit of Filter and Ministry, but after seeing Ministry's show, I had to definitely check into some of their music and download a little bit of their music to some of my streaming services that I've got. But my gosh, Ministry was awesome. New World Order and Filthy White Man, or yeah, Filthy White Man, I think is what it was called. Those two songs were just incredible. And of course all of Rob Zombie's songs are just Demon Speeding and Dragula, from the White Zombie days, a lot of great songs from the White Zombie days they sang. Thunder Kiss 65, I think is what it was called. And then just so many other great songs they've got. Living Dead Girl, like just so many great songs that Rob Zombie's got. And Alice Cooper, I could go on and on about all the great songs he does. But it was such a great show, and my ticket wasn't very much. It was like 70 bucks I paid for my ticket. Although I was on the back balcony, on the front row of the back balcony, but it was a smaller arena in Lincoln, Nebraska, so I got to see it very well. And I'm kind of glad where I got to sit, because I really got to see the whole stage performance very well. I got to see everything that was going on the stage. I got to see all the stuff that was going on all the backs, on the screens on the back of the stage, and just got to see all the performers really well, what they do. And I love being down the front a lot of the time, right in front of the stage, but as much visual stuff that went on during these shows, especially with Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper, I was glad where I was. But just a great show. And here's my shirt that I picked up, one of my shirts that I picked up. So the Freaks on Parade 2024, Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie, Filter Ministry. If they're coming to a city near you, make sure you grab a ticket and catch that show. You will love it, even if you're not a huge fan of either any of these guys. If you're not a huge fan of any of these guys, you're gonna love that show anyway, and you're gonna come back wondering what the hell happened to you, and you're gonna just be in awe of what you just saw and what you experienced. So check them out. I know you'll love their shows. You will just be out of your mind during that show and afterwards. I'm just still in amazement of what I saw that night. And I've seen Alice Cooper before, but I'd never seen Filter or Ministry, and I'd never gotten to see Rob Zombie. I've been trying to catch him for 20 plus years, so I finally got to see him, and he was worth the wait. I tell you what, his show, I just can't get enough of how great that show was. But while I was standing outside waiting for them to let everybody into the arena, I stood outside and had a great cigar, and went across the street, sat outside and had a drink also. Had a really nice dark local beer. I can't remember what the beer was called, but it was a very dark beer. It gave me a nice buzz after I drank it. So I sat out on their balcony across the street from the arena, had a great cigar, had a great beer, and was excited about getting to see this show. This next week I'll get to go see Accept, German metal band, and KK's Priest. And then in October, I'll get to go see Iron Maiden in Denver, Colorado at the Ball Arena. So I'm very excited for Accept and KK's Priest and Iron Maiden coming up next. Very excited to see those shows. Someone just pulled up, but hopefully it's not because of what I'm doing here. So hopefully they're just here to golf. So. But anyway, guys, I just really wanted to touch base with you and see how you're doing, and get another podcast up for you guys with this, and to touch base and to see where you're at with things in your life. If you guys are having any troubles in your life, make sure you talk to somebody, and call a friend over, have a good cigar, share your heart with that person, let them know what's going on in your life, and just don't keep things quiet in your life. If you got any problems in your life or anything that you're having a hard time dealing with, call on some family and friends to talk with. And if they're into cigars and you're into cigars, you guys have a good cigar together and talk, and just share your hearts with each other. But that's another great thing about cigars. It just really allows relationships to come together. And if you've haven't talked to someone for a while, and you maybe had some differences in the past that caused you guys not to be together very much, maybe having a good cigar with each other can break those doors, break those chains, to where you guys can mend your relationship and get it back to where it needs to be, whether it's family or friends. So anyway, but I do want to know what your go-to cigar is, guys, and I want to know what situations you like to be in while you have a cigar. And I'm glad you guys could be with me today. This was an enjoyable time, and I really love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Without you, I wouldn't be here, like I've said. And if you're liking what you've seen today, make sure you definitely subscribe by smashing the link below on this channel. Or if you've seen this on a post, or you're seeing this shared on Facebook or wherever, make sure you hit the link to go to my channel to sign up. Leave me your likes, leave me your feedback and comments, and share this content with everybody you know. But I want to, give some shout outs just real quick to Corey Banks and Samuel Hoffman, Jason the intern over at the Cigar Junkies in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They've been a huge support to me, and I've been a huge support to them as well. So we've really built some good relationships with each other. And Daniel Finley over in Pittsburgh, hello brother to you. Let's see here. Daniel Ravanelli over in Cheyenne at the 505 Cigar Review. Hello, brother, to you. Thanks for all your support. Austin Ogwin, hello to you, brother. Buddy, I miss you. I hope we can keep communicating the way we have lately. We go way back, and I'll never forget all the times we had together when you were in Torrington. So I miss you, and I'm glad you're doing well out there. Jeff and Shirley Caston over in Dix, Nebraska, about a 15-minute drive from here. Hope you guys are doing great over there. Thanks for all your support to me. And I'm trying to see who I've missed. But all you followers out there, all of you, thank you for, everything. And I appreciate all of you very much. And I forgot my list of everyone I wanted to thank, but you know who you are. And I did do some shout outs on my latest Spotify podcast. So check out my latest Spotify podcast. I just went up last night under Harper Cigar Lounge. Make sure you check out that podcast because I did some shout outs to all my local followers as well as YouTube followers. And just everyone in my community. I did some shout outs and some thank yous. So anyway, you guys know who you are, and I appreciate you guys, and you guys are the best. And again, thank you so much for being here today. Hope you did bring a good cigar with you today and a good drink. I think I mentioned it, but I'm drinking some Crown Royal caramel whiskey. So let me take a sip of that here. I meant to do that sooner. That's very good. So cheers to you guys, and cheers to you guys, and thank you for being here today. But let me know what cigars you're really into, what your go-tos are, and let me know what you guys like to do while you smoke cigars, whether it's golfing, like I said, or being on your balcony, your porch, out, on the beach or at the lake, whatever it is. Make sure you guys let me know what you guys enjoy doing while you smoke cigars, even if it's golfing, just like at this golf course here. I know a lot of guys smoke cigars out here at this golf course. They buy a lot from me before they come out. My number one cigar at my store is the Sweet Jane from the Deadwood Tobacco Company. I've sold around 600 cigars, 600 of those over this past 6 months. So that's my number one cigar at my grocery store. But I've got many other great cigars, so come check me out at Main Street Market here in Como, Nebraska. I'll give you a great deal on any of my premium cigars. So you guys come check me out if you're passing through. But you guys, thank you for joining me today, and thanks for being with me. And again, this is the Sereno 20th Anniversary Royale Maduro Robusto 5.12 by 48. So get yourself some of these. Check out cigarsdaily.com where you can find these, and get yourself a 5-pack and try them. I think you'll love them. And anyway, guys, thank you for being with me today. And again, keep things positive when you're out smoking cigars with your friends and family, or if you're with someone new or a group of people that are new. Keep things positive. You guys stay healthy, stay safe wherever you're at, and you guys get a thumbs up from me every time. So you guys are the best. I appreciate you guys. And cheers to you guys again, and cheers. And God bless you guys, and have a great rest of your week and weekend going forward. I'm going to be spending most of my week and my weekend doing inventory at my store, year-end inventory. So I'll make sure to get in a few great cigars and a couple of drinks here and there maybe. Definitely plan to do that, definitely, even though I'm going to be working a lot. Anyway, you guys enjoy yourselves out there, and thanks for tuning in today. God bless you guys. And again, this is Dropping the Ash Podcast, episode 26, and this is Troy Harper signing off. God bless you guys, and you guys stay healthy out there, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.